I'm Tori.
And I'm Karen.
But we just call her Mom.
And this is your comfort coming of age podcast.
For all the times that you just need to call your mom.
We talk about everything from how to host a dinner party to what books we're reading and current events to do you just ever feel old enough?
This podcast is how to adult from two perspectives with lots of family banter along the way. So join us as we navigate life for the very first time and as my mom and I grow up together. This podcast is for everyone, whether you have a great relationship with your mom or a strained relationship, maybe you're missing a relationship, your mom might have passed. My mom is now your mom, and she's all of our mom. And this is for when you just need to call your mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Tori.
What's up?
How are you?
Great. We have Frankie, who I like. He's being so good, so I don't want to wake the beast.
So far, he is.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, 5 seconds into recording? We both have some drinks with us today.
We do.
What's in yours?
It's just the limeade and tonic.
Cheers. That sounds delicious. Mine's a virgin spicy marg.
Nice.
It's with limeade, cayenne honey, and a little bit of club or like lime.
Lime seltzer?
Yeah. With a tahini rim.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very summer. Very refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's really good. I was saying on Manifest that like, drinking's just not for me.
I don't want to say you tried. It isn't like you're trying to drink, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just get so tired. So it's like literally as soon as alcohol hits my system, it's like, oh, I'm ready to go to bed. So what's the point?
Yeah, then don't fight it.
Yeah, there's no point. I think Frankie wants your drink.
He can't have it.
Well, Frankie, just chill. You're so good.
Okay, so we're just staring off into space.
How's your beach walk?
Okay, I'm still enjoying it. I took a few days off, though. And honestly, I think part of it was since I finished the first book and I just hadn't gotten rolling in the second book yet, I just lost my mojo for a few days. But I'm back on it, and I really am liking the second book.
More than the first.
A lot. Yeah. I can't wait to see where it goes.
And this one's called Court of Mist and Fury.
Mist and Fury. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And I'm only on chapter 7, I guess it is. I got up to 7 today. But it's going to be good.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
You know how people say like that people don't like reading fantasy in the summer? Well, House of Dragon is out.
Okay.
And that's fantasy. And it reminded me that Game of Thrones used to only come out in the summer.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember there was one summer a while ago that like I forget what night it came out, but it was a big deal.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I watched the last season, which came out I think in the winter, not the summer, but I can't really remember. And I watched the first season and then a recap of seasons like 2 through 6 because it's really hard to understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you watch?
No, Daddy and I might be the only two adult humans in the planet that didn't watch any.
Do you think you'd
ever.
like it now?
I don't know. I mean, I guess and people have said to us we should absolutely go back and watch it. My hesitance with it is I don't feel like making a time commitment to a TV show. Not in the summer, for sure.
Well, it's also a book series.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. That'll get me. How long will that one take me? Although once I'm done with ACOTAR and all my walking, I'm going to need another series.
Well, you have a lot of Sarah J. Maas to get through.
That's true. There's a whole universe I have to touch there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But House of the Dragon is back on, and
sorry, he's distracting me.
it's okay. He has a purpose. Oh, what do you want, Frankie?
Do you want to come over here?
He's so cute.
You want to come over
You
here?
guys
with
better
us?
watch this on YouTube or on Spotify so you can see cute little Frankie. He's so freaking cute.
He's just giving us the eye.
I know. And he was being so chill all day. As soon as we start living our life, he goes, without me?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's such a mess. That
Really
thing's in his way. It's blocking
really
him.
unfair. Oh, dog, you are very capable. Come on.
You got it, Frank.
Come on.
Oh, good boy.
There you
good
are.
boy.
There you are. Just lay down.
Now lay.
Good boy.
You're so cute. Okay, lay. Down.
Down is the command.
Down. Good boy.
That's a good
Oh my God, you're so good.
Good boy.
But yeah, so House of the Dragon's back on season 2. I saw zero promotion for it. None. And maybe like...
I don't watch TV, so I don't know.
But I'm just shocked by that because I'm a consumer of like social media. I watched season 1.
Good point.
So how did I not know it was on
out.
at all? Matt told me about it. He's like, House of the Dragon's back. I was like, what?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like, I guess whatever you're following isn't that.
I know. It's so strange because I was so excited for it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Really strange, but
Matt's into
know.
it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you would like it.
No, why?
Well, I don't know. There's just a lot of gruesome scenes.
Well, I think that's what scared me off. I don't like a lot of gore.
I don't either.
And I think that's what scared me off of
I cover
Game of
my
Thrones.
eyes. Yeah.
Like, there's an awful lot of gore.
Yeah.
And
a lot of incest. It's weird.
Yeah.
They try to keep the bloodlines pure. How pure can that
creepy.
be? It's
Yeah.
really weird.
Weird things happen if you keep it too pure. Yikes.
It's so weird.
Um,
But every time that I go back to like House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones and I watch the recaps, I'm like, oh, I missed all of that. Like I learned yesterday when we started watching season 2, episode 1, I made a stop like 20 minutes into it. And I was like, I need to go watch season 1 recap because it premiered in 2022.
right.
So it was a long time ago anyway.
Right.
And when I watched the recap, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that happened in
Right.
season 1. And it was a huge part of it.
Right.
So
Yeah. That's one of those things. Like, if you had known season 2 was coming, you might have gone back and
right.
prepared to be ready for it.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, no, none of that. None of that. But anyway, so your ACOTAR walks are picking up once again.
Yes.
Did you do it
Picking up.
today?
I did. I walked today.
Was it amazing?
Yeah. Good walk.
You're amazing.
Nice on the beach. It's weird now. I mean, obviously the summer is definitely kicked into high gear. So now when I'm walking along the shoreline, like the lifeguard chairs are out and there's people already set up on the beach at 8:30 in the morning and everything. And there was this one street, I forget what it was, 74th or something. The beach was almost full, just that one street.
That's
and
so
they were all
strange.
right together. So
It must have been a party or
yeah, they must have a
something.
huge family reunion or something.
Fun.
So yeah, they had like 4 or 5 tents all set up and everybody was out there already. I'm like, it's 9 a.m. Like, really?
Well, some families do. They do like 9 to 7.
All day on
Yeah.
the beach.
We should do that one day and just like see what it's like.
God.
Why not? Just like bring a grill and like just do like a
Well,
whole
we
thing.
can't bring a grill, I don't think.
Okay, well we can order pizza.
Yeah, we could. I
We
would
should
need a
do
tent.
it one day. Yeah, we'll get a tent.
Okay, we'll consider it.
Okay.
That's just a lot of sun.
No, that's a lot of sun. Well, you'll have the tent
Yeah, okay.
and you can sleep. There's nothing better than a nap on the beach.
No, I know, that's wonderful.
And especially like 5 o'clock on the beach. Awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
It is. I agree.
I want to talk about your husband.
Do we have to?
Yeah, because he did something criminal yesterday.
He does weird things like that from time to time.
Okay. He deserves jail for what he did. Okay, so my dad this week has realized what smoothies are.
Yes, the benefit, he gets tired of, he cooks for himself in the morning and I keep hounding him about protein and he needs more protein. And, he has this skin thing going on. He bruises really easily because he's on prednisone. So I've been talking him into putting collagen in his coffee and he's like, I can taste it. I don't like it. So I said, okay, then put your coffee and make a smoothie and put the collagen in there and some protein powder. And he's like, oh, okay. So he heard that message and he's like, yep, I can do that.
And he also needs to eat early in the morning because he takes medicine for
Right.
his thyroid that you can't take on an empty stomach.
Well, no, the thyroid you have to take on an empty stomach, but then he has to eat before he takes the prednisone.
Oh.
So, yes, he does have to eat, and he has to take that same time each day.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so he
My
does
mistake.
eat. Yeah, he has to eat something by 9 o'clock.
So he discovered smoothies.
Yes.
And his typical smoothie was...
Right, because I convinced him to put the coffee into a smoothie, which made sense. He has one
he
coffee.
likes 2 cups.
Yeah, he has 2 cups of coffee. So he has one straight, and then he does one as a smoothie. Fine, all that. Well, then yesterday he decided he was going to buck the system, and he wasn't going to go for the coffee smoothie. So he just was making the protein smoothie for his ride out with Frankie on the golf cart.
So my dad, her husband, put in watermelon, grapes and vanilla protein powder.
And no other liquid. He thought that there would be enough liquid in the watermelon and the grapes. So he blended up this sludge.
This is disgusting. Like, this is a man in his 60s. And he thought, like, I thought the watermelon was gross, but I had space for it because, like, Ron juice and, like, things like that. But as soon as he said the grapes, I was like, I've completely lost all faith in you.
That's where I lost it, too. And he said,
grapes?
He said, I knew you were going to say that. I'm like, then why'd you do it?
No, and then today I was in the kitchen making breakfast and he was drinking a smoothie. And I was like, oh my God, what's in your smoothie? He goes, coffee, chocolate protein powder, and blueberries. And I said, okay, that's a little weird, but like it's a little bit better. And then I go, why not just like and peanut butter.
Peanut butter, blueberries, chocolate, and coffee.
And I said, well, Dad, what's wrong with like, a banana, coffee, protein powder, peanut butter, spinach? He goes, spinach? I said, wait, hang on.
Hang on. Where you're drawing
so
the line.
Grapes are okay, but spinach is where you end it all.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, no, he's not well.
No, that's just not good. I mean, he does enjoy cooking, but man, he makes some weird concoctions from time to time. But that might take the cake.
No, the grape smoothie is just so...
It's awful.
Oh, it's jail time. Like, it's just not okay. He can take his grape smoothie to the hardware store and just stay there.
Oh, yeah. He made like 7 trips to the hardware store last week.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Yeah. But it was also Father's Day. Happy Father's Day,
yes.
Dad. We love you, even though we rip on you on this podcast. He got himself a new smoker for Father's Day.
He did. He wanted one for down here at the beach. He got a new one at home. Which I bought a couple of months, or 6 weeks ago, because that was going to be his Father's Day gift.
Oh.
But it was at home. It's at home in Pennsylvania.
You guys got the smoker, and then you've been here every day since.
Yeah, we've been here since May 17th.
Yeah.
Haven't been home except to take him home for a haircut.
Yeah. So Dad made ribs all day.
Yes.
And he was, no one loved the ribs more than him.
No one did. But
they were good.
I need to also clarify his taste on the ribs might have been a little off that day because he spent the whole day.
Yeah, he was very drunk.
Drinking on the beach with some neighbors, listening to the Phillies while we were on the beach with the neighbors, and then with Jeff and Linda. And then Joe showed up. He rode his bike down onto the beach, brought him another beer. So then we came home here, and he's like, hey, it's Father's Day. Will you make me an old fashioned? So I said, sure. So, 3 old fashions later.
Yeah, and he's eating, he goes, these ribs are the best. The best ribs I've ever made.
I'd enter these in a contest.
Yeah,
these are so good. Now, and I will say that I think
the
flavor
really
was great. I think, that was the first time with the smoker. In my humble opinion, I think they could have been cooked a little more.
I agree with you. I like when they fall off the bone. He seems to like to rip at them a little.
Well, yes. And there can be a happy medium between that. Another hour maybe would have given us just that right in between where the meat stays on the bone. It's just a little tug.
Well, he would love to do it again.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to do it again.
It was really good, though.
It was tasty.
Really, really good. Not too much else happened this week. I went fishing with Dad on the boat.
You did. On the boat.
On the boat.
That was like a 4-hour commitment.
Oh, was I out there that long?
You guys were out there for a long time.
Oh, I didn't feel like that. It felt really quick. It was nice. It was really nice. It was really windy that day, so we just would like float.
Drift, yeah.
Yeah, and we got a lot of bites. We were using like fake bait, so we didn't get, like, I caught a clam.
Yes, I saw the picture of the clam that had a beard like 2 feet long.
Yeah.
That was kind of gross.
Yeah, I caught a clam. But there were definitely a lot of flounder, he was saying, at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, that's where they hang out, is at the bottom.
I hate thinking about that.
What, that there's all these creatures underneath you?
Yeah, I hate that.
Turtles, sharks.
Oh, turtles.
Seals.
I'm not seeing a lot of turtles this year.
Oh, I've seen a lot.
I haven't.
You mean in the water or on the streets?
In the streets.
I've seen lots.
That's good.
We've had to move a few.
Oh, good for you. Maybe I'm just not out at the time of day they are.
They definitely seem to be 8:30 to 9:30.
Oh, that's when I'm out.
Prime time.
I don't see them.
Do you go on Landis or Central? They're
Both.
always, well, I see them more on Central. Obviously, it's closer to the bay.
I see them both.
Okay.
Or I go on both. Anyway. Yeah, not too much like went on this week. It was a pretty great week. So let's talk about your books. Tell me.
I read 5 books this week.
Wow. What is your count?
Total?
Yeah. I was talking about it the other day and I couldn't.
I'd
Are you
have
at
to look.
200 yet?
No.
Oh.
Like 174,
Wow.
175,
Wow.
something like that for the year. So of those that I read this week, the one I liked best was called Let's Pretend This Will Work by Maddie Dawson. And it was a really sweet book. Go ahead, honey. Go. Let's Pretend This Will Work by Maddie Dawson. It was a really nice book about, let me see, I wrote down a little blurb. A single woman, very quirky, in her early 30s, and her life has been turned upside down by circumstances and by love. And she ends up moving for this one man that she's in love with and discovering a whole new family. She doesn't have a family of her own. So she just discovers these really odd, quirky friends, and they become her found family.
Oh.
And that sort of thing. And and then just these trials of love comes and goes from her life. I mean, it's a feel-good story, but I really liked it. Good characters in there. Really fun.
I like those kind of stories.
Yeah, me too.
Would you call that coming of age or what?
No,
there's a phrase for that.
Love and loss, kind of discovery, self-discovery type books. They're fun.
Yeah, they are nice. It's a good mix up.
So I like that one, but I really liked the way this author wrote. So, and I'd never read anything by her before. There's an awful lot of books on Kindle Unlimited by Maddie Dawson, and some get really high reviews. So I'm definitely going to go read more of that. So.
And we like the name Maddie.
Yeah, right. Partial for us. So I'm looking forward to seeing more by this author.
Great book.
Yeah.
4
How about
stars?
you?
5 stars?
Oh, I gave it a 5.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I would read it
We should
again.
do a roundup at the end of the year of all your 5-star books.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Not a bad idea. We should do that.
Ashley, write that down. I'm just kidding. All right. For me, I finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is the second book I finished this year.
Nice.
So close to catching up to you.
You are.
And it was really nice. It was a great book. It definitely while it was a finance book, it really was, I would call it more of like a life lessons book.
Agreed.
Because it just kind of makes you, it just stretches your mind. It just makes you think outside the box. And I really enjoy that.
Well, it challenges you to a new way of thinking.
Yeah.
For things that you've probably never even wondered about before.
Yeah, and it sparked a great business idea for me, and actually 2 business ideas that I'm really excited about. So that's always really exciting. Yeah. And I just downloaded Think and Grow Rich today.
That's a good one. Which
people say is more like Rich Dad Poor Dad. It doesn't really have like how-to steps. He just sort of says these principles, and then he sends you on your way. People say that Think and Grow Rich is a little bit more
instructional,
step oriented, which hopefully will happen. But if not, I still really enjoyed the life lessons from Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I'm hoping to get more of that.
Have you done Millionaire Next Door yet?
No, it wasn't available on Kindle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think I have the book.
Oh, yeah,
home.
I'll read the book then.
I have it at home somewhere.
Yeah.
Not sure where. Oh, it must be in the bookcases down that we moved down into Daddy's office.
I'm just turning into a finance bro.
There you go.
I'll just start day trading.
No, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Since you're home anyway.
No, literally. So yeah, I really like those books. Okay, I'm so excited for the recipe this week because I love cheese and I love peaches and I love bread.
And it's summer. And it's a great recipe. It's an appetizer recipe. Peach and whipped honey ricotta crostini.
So good.
And it is really good. I mean, you could absolutely make that. It's an appetizer, but I mean, let's be real. You could eat that with your dinner with some grilled chicken, and you'd have a really nice meal.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. That's a good one.
How do you make it?
Ideally, fresh peaches. So summertime is best for that. You just get ricotta cheese and you whip it together with regular honey or hot honey, which we like the hot honey better. And you just whip it till it gets nice and frothy. Slice up a baguette or a loaf of Italian bread. Olive oil on that. You toast it a little bit in the oven. Bring it out. You smear it with the ricotta, some slices of fresh peach on there, some fresh basil on top, and another drizzle of the honey.
And sometimes we put balsamic
and
on.
it's delicious. Yeah, balsamic on there too. Balsamic glaze it's just super good.
It's so good. And it reminds me one time of one of the Stride girls was having her boyfriend down for the weekend, and they were like newly dating. This was at the other house.
Okay.
They were like newly dating, so she made a very similar recipe to this. And
Okay.
as soon as he came over, he just she was like cooking all day for him to come over. And as soon as he came over, he was like, oh, wow, this is nice. And then just like walked away, like didn't eat it. But all the girls were there because we knew that she was cooking all day. So as soon as like they went to the beach, we ate all of it. And it was so good.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. And it was so good.
Are they still dating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guess who it is?
Do I want to say? Okay. I was going to guess that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, they're still dating.
I only say that because I knew she liked to cook.
Yeah, she loves to cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And it was so good. So not only do I have fond memories of this recipe because it's so good, but it also reminds me of that.
Of that
And that was just really funny.
That is funny.
All right, let's talk about why we called you this week.
Yes. Why did
you start?
Well, Maddie called me to tell me, well, two things. Number one, she's had a roommate for like 7 years out there in Idaho. And she called me one day out of the blue last week. And she's like, he's moving out. He's moving out on Saturday. So literally, like, we had 3 days notice that he was moving, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's on to his next place. But so that was a big thing. And then she called me just today and she said her former roommate from out there, who now lives in Texas, is pregnant.
Different people.
Different people, yes. But very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah. It's always fun when, like, your kids' friends start having kids. Like, that makes me feel old, but it's cute. It's nice to see the next generation moving
Blooming.
along. Yeah, it's fun.
I can't even think about that.
Well, no, you're not in the place for it. That's fine.
The same age as her.
That's okay. She's in a different place than you are
True.
in her life. That's fine.
True. The only reason I like all of our texts, you and I, all business.
It was all business this week.
Yeah, we're business. It's a family business. We actually, that was one of the names that we contemplated for this podcast, family business.
We did.
It was taken.
Yes.
We had a lot of names for this podcast. All were taken.
Yeah.
Roots and Wings was another one that we really liked.
Yes, and I'm actually going to bring that up later.
Oh, good. What else did we like?
I don't
Mama
know.
Knows Best. I feel like that was one.
Yeah, Mom Knows Best, but I think that was taken. But Mama Knows Best was around or something, and I was like, it just wasn't working.
I like where we landed.
Yeah.
Let me call my
it's
mom.
Good. It's good.
But yeah, so you and I have just been talking business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it goes. Well, I think that's just because I live with you down here. So whenever I have to talk to you, I just like talk to you.
Yeah.
And then a lot of reason why we text about business is so that I can remind myself of things. Like I go through our text and kind of use it as like a to-do list sometimes.
Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, the only other reason I won't even say call me, but since you see me every day, you'll come in and be like, can you make me breakfast?
Yeah. Yeah. What did we make? You made a really good omelet this week. That was really good.
You wanted huevos rancheros one day. Made that.
That was really good. Yeah.
So, yeah, you just come in with your puppy dog face and ask me to make you food.
And it always tastes better when you do it.
I know, and it always works, too. I'm a real sucker.
We got some good questions this week as well.
We did get some good questions.
Very relevant, and I'm excited to talk about them. We're kind of flying through this.
That's okay.
It's okay because we have a really fun topic to get to.
That's okay.
Which I think will spark fun combos.
Yes.
Okay. The first question is, do you have any tips for long distance family relationships?
Well, yeah. And maybe you have perspective too, because you've lived without your sister at home since you were like 16, 17.
Yeah, I'm an only child.
you're not, but
That's what it feels
you
like.
feel like it. I know. I would say tips for long distance family relationships. Number one, definitely synchronize your calendars with them, with your family, like once a month, once every other month, something, and go through the year and just say, are there important family events? You know, it's grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary or this or that. And, you know, figure out way ahead of time what sort of events that you want to create that involve everybody. So synchronize that early so that you've got things on your calendar that you need to focus on.
Meaning like being physically with them, or
Yes.
even just like a FaceTime?
Mostly I'm saying for physically with them. Like make those family events that you can get together with them for. Do you know what I mean? Aside from just routine FaceTime dates or whatever. But, you know, pick those few events a year carefully. And along with that, I don't think and I've been trying to get into this, it's hard to do, but all these togetherness events don't have to coincide with holidays.
Right. Yeah,
Like
you've been saying
Thanksgiving,
that for a while.
Christmas, New Year's. It's too much. And it's all at the end of the year. And it's air travel that time of year is ridiculous. Or even road travel that time of year is ridiculous. Everything's more expensive.
And
It's
it's
hectic.
close together. It's like,
Yeah.
you go home for Thanksgiving, then you go back to turn around and just go right back
Right.
again.
And it's too complicated. And I know I see it all the time down here at the beach in the summer. You'll see big family reunions where people are like, this is our Christmas.
Right.
This is when we do it. The kids are all off of school. We don't have to worry about anybody's schedules. We can do whatever we want. We can spend a couple weeks together, you know, that sort of thing. So, you know, avoid Christmas, avoid Thanksgiving. If it becomes too stressful and hectic for everybody, you can have Thanksgiving dinner in July.
Right.
Like you can. You don't have to do it in November.
Right. I think that's a great tip.
Yes, there's something about being together for the actual holiday, but don't be married to the holiday. Be married to the familyness.
Yeah. And you
Family
can
together.
still celebrate the holiday, but it
Correct.
might not just be with your
It just
immediate
won't-
family.
right.
Maybe
Do a
it's with
Friendsgiving.
friends,
Yep,
or
yep.
maybe it's with like your partner's family, but
Yeah.
if it doesn't line up to be with your family.
Yeah.
But I also think like we're understanding about that. Some families might not be.
Yes.
But I also think if you are going to be proposing something like that, like have a date in mind of like, I can't make this Thanksgiving, but can we do this in June or whatever?
Right. I mean, especially once you and your husband move away or something and you have kids and all that. And it's like trying to work around kids' school schedules and other siblings and their kids' school schedules and sports. You get all the travel sports and all this nonsense. Like, you know, just fit it in when you can. I think everybody needs to be flexible enough to appreciate the fact that being together is more important than the date on the calendar. That's all.
Agreed. I think that's a great tip.
That's one thing to start with. Another is that I would suggest is stay in touch frequently. Like with Maddie, we talk to her at least 2-3 times a week, at least. But you know, like if you miss your mom, have a weekly FaceTime coffee date or something like that. Or I used to do this with you kids more when you were in college than now. But like I would send you a text saying, just show me what you're doing right now, like a proof of life picture.
Yeah, POL.
And those were kind of fun. Like you guys would literally stop what you're doing and send me a selfie from wherever you were. If you're out at a bar, you send me a selfie. If you're out with a friend, whatever, having coffee, doing this, you're at work, just send me a selfie. And sometimes those are the fun things where you're like, you get to be part of that person's day, if only for a minute, you know, just to see literally what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And those are kind of fun.
Yeah, proof of life is
So
fun.
proof of life photos are a good way to stay in touch.
Yeah. Also, another way, it sounds stupid, but doing like connections or Wordle and then just sending that every day.
Oh, yeah, very much.
Just a simple way
Yeah,
to
we used to
stay
play
connected.
words with friends and stuff, or trivia, whatever that
Trivia crack.
Yeah, trivia crack. Those were fun to do.
Yeah, stuff like that is fun.
Yeah, so there's always some apps or games to play. That's a good idea.
Yeah, those are fun. Good luck, though.
Yeah, it is hard. It's hard
yeah,
being
it's hard.
away. And
That's why I
that
don't
kind
do
of
it.
ties into the next
Question.
next topic was going along with moving away. How do you not feel guilty about being away from your family? Now, you don't have any experience with that.
No, well, I do actually, even though like
Go ahead.
I'm like I live close to you. Like even yesterday, like when I was in Ventnor, I was like, oh, maybe I should be home because I forget why. I don't know. I just always feel guilty.
Even when you're just 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Maddie feels guilty?
No.
I don't think she does. I think she really loves her life out there.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I miss having her with us, I try not to make her feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, from the other side of the coin, I can understand people that move away can feel guilty. But as a mom, I don't want to inflict guilt on her and say, oh, I wish you were home. You're so far away. And I know I do say that, but I'm happy she's thriving. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy that she's happy.
As a sister, I do inflict guilt.
I know you do, on purpose.
Yeah, well, we have a different relationship. She's my sister, and you don't get that because you've never had a sister.
I know.
So like every time I'm so hard on Maddie, which is a lot because it's very sisterly.
No wonder she doesn't come home.
No, it's not because of me. It's just we just have a very sisterly relationship. You're always like, Tori, and it's like, what? It's my sister. Like I can say what you maybe don't want to say or do want to say.
I wouldn't say.
I don't know. But like I can say things because that's my sister.
Okay.
And like we can hate each other, but
She's
she'll
still your
love me the
sister.
next minute.
Yeah,
Because that's
true.
my sister.
What I had written down here was it's hard if you're the one that's leaving your family, but it's okay to love where you are. Like, and that's where the roots and wings come in. Like, it's your parents' job, a parent's job, to give their kids roots and wings. Roots meaning you have a good sense of home, what home means, that it was a good upbringing, it was a good family, but also the wings to move beyond the nest, so to speak, and go out on your own. Like that's what kids do. That's what they're supposed to do. So as a parent, I wouldn't want to inflict guilt on that. But also if you're the one that moved away, if you're feeling guilty about that, don't feel guilty. Like you're supposed to go do that. If you're happy where you are, don't feel guilty. I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if your parents are sick or something like that, that makes it that much harder. You just have to make time to include them in your life.
Yeah. I think that's always just like the weird thing is seeing like you and dad get older. It's like, well, now I definitely don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I know. But trust me when I say it's okay if you do.
I know, but I don't want to.
I know. I know. But I mean, I'm just saying as a parent, like it's okay if you do.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I get that. Anything else for this?
No, that's a heavy topic.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
do you have any birthday gift ideas for the mom who has everything?
I did write a few things down, and they kind of tie into what we've been talking about this whole summer, and that is if your mom has a hobby, tie a gift into their hobby. Like if she's into gardening, maybe some gardening tools or gardening books. If she's a reader, books or a Kindle, that sort of thing. If she's a pickleball girl, get her a cute pickleball outfit or something. So tie in with the hobbies. That's one thing. If she's into entertaining, there's always coasters or
A new wooden slab for a charcuterie board.
yeah, charcuterie board or cute cocktail napkins, or even that would be a cute little thing. So
Yeah.
A satin pillowcase or some self-care items, bath bombs or whatever, those types of little things. Little indulgences that moms most often don't buy for themselves. That's the sort of thing that I always appreciate
Yeah.
because I overlook myself maybe, I don't know. A lot of moms do. So, a couple suggestions.
I
Do you have any?
remember during Christmas, this one very young mom, not young because she's like super like a teen mom, but just like she's my age and she has like a kid. And she was like, this is a gift guide for moms for Christmas. And it was like for her mom's age, like, like your age and whatever. And then someone in the comments was like, her name was Emily. And she was like, Emily, we're the moms. Like, what do we want? And I was like, wait, that's crazy. Like, because when I think of mom, I think of like bathrobes and like, like luxurious sort of pampering, things like that. But sometimes it's also like you know, moms might want like a ball of ankle weight or like, you know, things
True.
like that.
True.
You know? So yeah, I think what you said, like going along with hobbies is a really good idea.
You're right. Moms are all ages.
Moms are all ages.
Yeah. I was just figuring we weren't having a 5-year-old write to us about what they want
No.
to get their mom.
No, I agree. But when I saw that one comment on Christmas, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's true.
It just like shocked me because this was a mom talking about her mom. And when I watched it, I also just automatically assumed your age.
Right.
You know, instead of watching this girl who is a mom and she's my age.
Right.
It was just bizarre.
I remember when I was growing up, it was very offensive to get a woman like your mom or your grandmom or anything, a gift that's for the household.
Oh. Speaking of,
what?
We need to get a Ninja Creamy.
We do.
Like today.
I've started following now Ninja Creamy recipes on Instagram because, man, the concoctions they come up with.
Can we go get one?
Where would we get one down here?
Best Buy? I'm going to look it up.
It's nowhere close. How about Walmart? Walmart's closer.
Let me look it up. Ninja Creamy. We could make the best recipes.
But doesn't it only have one container? Or does it have multiple? Like, can you only make one container at a time?
Yeah.
Can you get multiple containers?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, there is one at Walmart. Shop now at Walmart. Look at the way I'm holding this microphone. Oh, this one has 2.
Okay.
5 one-touch program, 2 16-ounce pints. Can we go and get this today?
Sure.
For real? Then we have to make a creamy tonight, too. Ashley and I were going to make brownies, so we can do a brownie sundae.
There you go. Can we make it a protein?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, should I actually buy this and then we can go pick it up?
Wait, first of all, how big is it? Where are we going to put this thing?
We can put it like anywhere. We can make room for this.
We don't have a lot of room here.
We can make room. We can put it right next to the paper towels.
Oh, over there in that corner?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see if they have it. You see that I'm squinting?
I do.
Yeah, not good. Pick up from...
Do you want my cheaters?
No, it's just because my eyes are blurry.
That's why you squint. Oh my God. Ashley's losing it over there. Oh my God.
That's not what I meant. I meant my contacts are like fuzzy. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's see if they have it at Rio Grande. Pick up Rio Grande. Yes, it's in aisle F10. Pick up tomorrow. I went today.
Well, then we'll go down there and we'll get it.
Yeah, aisle F10.
But, okay, you realize then we make it today, but we can't eat it till tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we have to freeze it, right?
Yeah.
Well, then we got to go now.
Hurry up.
Okay.
Wait, where were we on this?
We got to rush through this, guys. We have a Ninja Creamy to go pick up. Okay. Did you go to TJ Maxx? Oh, I was going to say we could go again today. Darn.
I wonder if they have them there.
We can look, but they definitely have them at Walmart.
Okay.
Hear that, guys? Next week we'll have a creamy recipe.
We'll have an update for you.
We can make acai bowls. We can make blizzards. I want to do a Reese's peanut butter cup recipe.
Okay. That's fine. I just want something protein.
Yeah, protein.
Yeah, so that this is
We also need
our
to
dessert.
buy the Jell-O at Walmart.
For what?
We should make like a little vlog and put that on our Instagram of buying our creamy and learning our creamy.
Okay.
Like a reel. Wouldn't that be fun?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do that today.
Wow, this podcast took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah, I can mic us up.
All right.
Frankie can come.
He can't come into Walmart, can he?
It's Walmart in Rio Grande. I think anything goes.
Okay. You hear that, Frank?
Remember that one dog?
No.
Yeah, you do. In Rio Grande.
I don't.
Yeah,
oh,
you do.
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
It wasn't the dog that was crazy. It was the lady.
Frankie will pee in there. He pees everywhere.
Oh, he'll definitely pee on stuff.
But not because he's not house trained, because he like marks his territory.
He just marks everything.
Such a little ass.
When we walk him up and down the street, he pees on every single person's trash can. I'm like, can you not pee on the trash cans? Like, that's just rude.
He goes up in my room, lifts his leg. I'm like, you little dick. All right. Anyway, it's also on sale right now. It's normally $1.99. It's $1.49.
Oh, that's a decent sale.
Aisle F10.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to go after this. Okay, moving right along because we have things to do, guys.
What were we talking about when we got derailed with the creamy?
Oh, that it's offensive to get a household gift.
Yes.
I don't know. If someone gifted me a creamy, I wouldn't take offense.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I don't care anymore. Like, if I need a new vacuum and...
Oh, my God, what a great gift.
Right? But no, for the longest time, I was like, don't give a woman a vacuum for her birthday or whatever. They would say that's really offensive and sexist and implying that she's just a housewife and da-da-da. And I'm like, I really
would love a vacuum.
I really would want a
They're
vacuum.
expensive.
Yeah. If it's something that I want, I'm going to ask for it.
A lot of wedding registries are very different now, too, because most of the time a couple lives together already when they're married. So now a lot of registries are just money for like their honeymoon or something.
I have not seen a wedding registry for a long time. But speaking of which, you know how I get the mail on my phone, so I know what mail's coming? We did just get a wedding invitation.
For who?
Aspen.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'll have to see what her registry looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, I haven't looked at one for a really long time. Anyway.
All
right.
So today we decided that we wanted to talk about our summer nostalgia and kind of let you guys in on what our summers as a kid for me and Maddie looked like.
Right. But
because you guys see what our summers here look like because we're living it right now. And this kind of like stops at high school too. But what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say I would encourage everybody talk to your moms about it. Like what are your favorite memories of your summers growing up?
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. We had fun
talking
this was
about
fun.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Okay. So first, we would go to Santa Barbara all the time in the summers. Like that was our summer vacation. That was our
beach vacation was in California.
Yeah. So we would go to Santa Barbara and there was one year where we went for I think 3 weeks, which was the longest that we ever did.
Yeah. Daddy was only there part of that time.
Yeah.
Because he was working. So it was you and Maddie and me.
Yeah.
And I think was that the same time we surprised Grandpa?
I don't know. I don't think so. Part of me thinks that was in April that we surprised Grandpa. Like I feel like it was spring break or something. So what we're talking about is when I was younger, I can't remember how old, I was playing Moncala with my grandpa, which is her dad, and he saw that I was, calculating his next move, and he goes, "Tori, you ever play chess?" Which is so my grandpa to say that, and I said no. So then he taught me chess, and him and I would play chess in person. This is why I think it was in April, because they would go out in the spring to Santa Barbara.
You're right. They weren't there in the summer all the time.
So when they went to Santa Barbara, we would play chess online, Grandpa and I, and we would set it up like once a week to play chess. And one of these chess dates, we were planning on going to Santa Barbara anyway, but we were going to surprise Grandpa. So
we didn't
Grandma
tell him we
in
were
on
coming.
It,
yeah.
But Grandpa wasn't. So he was waiting for me at the computer to play chess. And then we all walked through the door and he was eating a banana. And I just remember he was like, he was so shocked.
Yeah, to see you and Maddie walk in the door.
Yeah, and he was like, "I was just waiting for you to play chess." And honestly, I didn't like chess. Like it's not my favorite game. So I was like kind of excited to miss that week of chess. And then as soon as I got there, he was like, "So you want to play?" And I was like, I actually had to play 3 times that day. He beat me every time.
I would expect nothing less.
He never let me win.
No, he would never let you win.
No.
And that's the way I grew up. I was never allowed to win as a kid.
No.
And we would play sorry or whatever with you kids. And Daddy used to get so mad at me if I won. And I'm like, I'm not going to let them win just because they're kids. And he's like, "Oh, come on, Bob." And I'm like, I do not not that I'm being vicious trying to beat you, but life isn't fair. You may as well learn it early.
Sorry was fun. We should buy that today at a Walmart too and play Sorry, because I haven't played in a really long time. That's the game where you pop it in the middle, right?
There's no popper.
Oh, what's the popper
Sorry,
game?
no, it's not a popper game. Sorry's the one with you have to get up into the middle.
Yeah.
You go around
What's
the board and then up
popper?
into the middle. I forget. Pop it or something.
No, I think it's...
Sorry doesn't have a popper in the middle. We have Sorry at home. I can have Daddy bring it back.
Okay. Board game with... See, my eyes are blurry again. Popper in the middle. Trouble.
Oh, I don't have that one at home.
Yeah, Trouble. That was fun too.
Squinting.
I don't know. It's my left contact. Like, this happens all the time. And I've been telling my eye doctor this for 2 years. And they're like, oh, it just moves. And I'm like, okay, well, can you make it stop?
Can it not?
They say no. They say no. Anyway, Trouble was the game I was thinking of.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks, Dad, for standing up for us. But she was raised by Grandpa, so.
Yeah, life isn't fair. That's just how it goes.
But this one time that we were in Santa Barbara for a long period of time, Maddie and I went to camps, which we weren't that big of camp girls. Like, we did a few camps a few times, but never sleepover camp because I was afraid to sleep over at anywhere that wasn't home. I'd never liked sleepovers really until I got older. And Maddie, I feel like, couldn't.
What?
I don't know. Why didn't Maddie had no problem doing sleepovers with friends, did she?
No, I don't think so. She was fine.
Just me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did a softball camp out at, was it UCSB?
Mm-hmm.
It was fine.
Yeah, and there was the option to stay there in the dorms and go to this camp or just go as a day camper.
Yeah, and I was like one of the only day campers.
Yeah.
Everyone else
I think
over.
you didn't have the same experience because you were. And I think they forgot about you, frankly.
Yeah, I think they did
were
too.
like, oh, well, you're not staying here. So,
yeah,
you were off on your own. They didn't handle that very well.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then Maddie went to a horse camp.
Maddie did a horse camp that same week.
Yeah. And I remember during her show, the trainer was like, and this is called, what's it when you stand up and down during your
Posting?
Yeah. Maddie is posting and she's really good. That's what the trainer said.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because she rode it home. So anyway, she had fun doing that camp.
So that was always fun going to Santa Barbara. And we would always eat at El Paseo.
Oh, yeah. We had a list of things that you girls had to do every single time.
Go to the turtle statue.
Oh, yep. Yep. Yeah. And
the art fair.
Not the turtle statue, the pond with the turtles.
Yeah.
At the mall at La Ricotta Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not there anymore.
No. But that was always really fun. We would walk by the restaurant that you ate or you got sick at, and you would smell liver and onions.
Oh, God. Yeah.
We went to Via Vi.
Always.
Yeah, it was
that's
just good.
Still there. The craft show doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
We would walk up and down State Street.
Yep.
But I still had a great time when we went this past spring.
Oh, yeah. I know, but things just aren't the same. Everything changes.
Grandma.
Everything changes.
Just like Grandma.
I know, right?
You brought up our swim club that we used to go to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since I was a stay-at-home mom, it's not like you guys had to go to daycare or be in camp all summer, so we had an awful lot of free time. So we did join a local swim club called Nine Oaks. Mm-hmm. And I don't, after like our first year there was a huge storm and knocked down like 3 of the oaks, but it was still called Nine Oaks, even though a lot of the oak trees were gone, but whatever.
Nine Oaks was awesome.
It was really fun. Do you remember how cold that pool was all the time? It was freezing.
Yeah.
But it was fun. That was our day. Mm-hmm. We would do chores or whatever in the morning, go to Target, go to the grocery store, do what we needed to do. And then by noon we were like, all right, pack a lunch. Let's go. We're going to the beach. To the pool club.
Yeah.
And we'd be there till dinner time. Daddy would finish up at work. He'd go home, change, put on his suit, come over. You could order a pizza to come. We could eat there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we did that a few times.
That was so fun. Nine Oaks was so much fun. The snack bar was awesome. A Chipwich was expensive there. Was it $1.25?
Yeah, I think it was $1.25.
Because normally you would send us up with $1 for both Maddie and I.
Yeah.
So when we wanted a Chipwich, we had to beg.
Well, you had to earn it. Remember, we had your jewels that you guys would do your chores every day, and you would collect these little plastic jewels that we got from the dollar store, and you each had a little container that you'd store your jewels in. You know, when you fold and put away your laundry, you got, I don't know, 5 jewels or whatever. And then we told you can cash them in for money that you can use at the snack bar. So you guys were all about the chores because you just wanted your snack bar money.
Yeah, we wanted to push so bad.
Yeah.
And we normally would go up with like $1 in coins because everything was like a quarter or something. Right. So Airheads were 25 cents. So we would always get 2 Airheads and we would twist them together. I would always get the white and the strawberry. I don't know what flavor the white was, but it was really good. And Maddie would normally do the same. She would normally do blue and red. And we would twist it together and we would eat that. And that was 50 cents. And we're like, oh my God, we only have 50 more cents. Like, what else do we do?
Right.
And that was so much fun going to the snack bar. But then we came down, you would make us wait before we get in. But we would try and time the snack bar with Adult Swim, which was the worst.
Yeah. Adult Swim is the dumbest thing ever. All it is giving the parents a break from watching their kids in the pool.
It was 15 minutes, and it was the worst. It was at 3 o'clock.
I know, and all the kids would sit on the edge of the pool with their feet in and splashing the adults that were in there.
It was anything but relaxing.
And then
as
soon as the whistle blew, it was this huge splash into the pool.
Yeah. I saw this really funny reel the other day that it was like this girl that was probably like 8 or 9, and she was doing handstands in the pool with like her swim goggles on. Oh my God, what is that? This thing floating in the air.
Yeah, that's a spider.
Oh my God, it's coming down.
It's coming down. Ashley, can you get me a tissue, please?
Everyone's going to think Ashley's our assistant. Ashley's not our assistant. Anyway, so I saw this reel of this girl with like her goggles on. She was like 8 or 9 doing handstands, and it was like me at the pool impressing the lifeguard, and like totally like we would always do our handstands with our goggles on, like literally trying so hard to impress the lifeguards. Yep. So funny.
Yeah. Did we know any of those lifeguards? I mean, no. I'm sure we did. They were
the school. Diving boards.
Yeah. And you guys, especially you were like, Mom, I'm going over there with the big kids.
Oh, really?
And then you'd go play tennis.
Yeah, tennis. That didn't last too long.
No. And then they had shuffleboard up there.
I can still smell the bathrooms there.
Oh, yeah.
All the chlorine.
Yeah.
Going to the bathroom after the pool is the worst because the toilet paper just gets like stuck to your body. Like it's just the worst.
Yeah, and everything's wet. Like the seat is wet. Everything's wet.
Yeah, it's just the worst.
Getting your wet bathing suit up and down. It's just horrendous.
You know what was always a crazy experience was going to 9 Oaks with like the Metzlers or something without you or Maddie because it was like a familiar place with familiar people, but not my family. Right. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. And then going home after 9 Oaks was always the best because we passed a peach stand. So we would always buy peaches. And then we would go home. Maddie and I would take showers. And then we would sit on the couch. You would cut up the peaches for us. We would eat the peaches. And then you would make like spaghetti or something.
Yeah, whatever
and we
dinner
would
was.
Just pass out.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. When you guys would shower at 5 o'clock, you were done for the day. We sit outside. Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome.
Good summers.
Yeah, really, really fun.
Those were good summers.
Yeah, really fun. We should get a pool here.
It wouldn't be the same.
No, I guess it wouldn't. We went to Mexico one year.
Yeah, again, you were 3rd grade, maybe 4th. You and Maddie were probably 4th and 6th.
Well, let's see. No, because in between, way younger than that because we got the dogs going into 3rd grade, so it must have been from 1st to 2nd grade.
Yeah, first and 3rd. So you were in 1st, Maddie was in 3rd.
Yeah,
like after that summer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys were little.
I was really little. It was so fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Except you got a sunburn on the very first day.
Yeah,
and you had to wear your swim shirt the rest of the time. But then you and Maddie got your hair braided, and then your scalp burned. Like you were just a peeling mess.
But that was so fun. I loved
skin.
My hair like that.
Oh, yeah.
With the cute little beads. Oh, my God. It was so fun.
Yeah, you guys had a great time. I remember when we first got there, like we had told our plane was delayed or something, and we just kept saying to you guys, yes, we're going to get there in time to go to the pool. Like that was your biggest concern. Can we get in the water when we get there? Can we go to the pool? Like, yes, promise. By the time we got there, it was like almost 6 at night, 7 at night. because our flights were delayed, and we were like, all right, we're going in the pool. But the pool had been like, there was nobody out there because they closed it for cleaning at a certain time of day. But we were like, well, we have to go in the pool. We promised you guys we're going in the pool. So we did go in, and we're swimming around at one point. And I remember I got out, and they had turned on the suction, and my leg got stuck under the water in the suction thing. I was like, well, thank God it was me. And not like your ponytails that got sucked in this thing, because I could not extricate my leg from this suction. And remember that
you had a big bruise.
I had a hickey on my thigh, the size of like a dinner plate.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a reason they closed the pool, and we were like, "We'll just go in."
Yeah, well, I mean, one of you kids could have easily drowned, but anyway.
Oh, thanks for that.
No, it was very scary. Anyway.
Yeah, so anyway, we met a family in Vermont on that vacation. From Vermont.
In Mexico.
Yeah. How did we meet them? We're sitting next to the dinner.
Swim-up bar, I think.
Yeah,
or at the ice cream thing or something.
Oh my God, the ice cream parlor was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you guys had the best time there, because you were like, can we go get ice cream? I'm like, yeah. Go. What? I mean, it was an all-inclusive everything, so we're like, go for it.
It was so fun.
Yeah, and if you were like, I don't feel like dinner, I'm not hungry for dinner, okay. You could stay here. I'm going to dinner, but you can stay here and watch TV. Do whatever you want. You're like, what?
No, it was so cool.
You guys had the best time.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And then there was the kids club.
Yeah, the kids club.
Yeah, so you and Maddie and Lindsay.
And Alexa,
and
right?
Alexa, yeah, would go over there to the kids club. And you guys had your own dinners, and our grown-ups went out, and we had our own dinners. It was just wonderful.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And then we went and visited them. I guess it would have been the next summer.
I think it was I guess it was the next summer.
Because there's no way I was in kindergarten when we went to Mexico.
No.
So it was the next summer, because we got the dogs when we went into third grade. Wow. When I went into third grade. Because that's when you had your heart attack. Was when I was in third grade.
In third grade, yeah.
So yeah, we met this family in Mexico. The next summer we stayed with them in Vermont.
Because we were up there for a family wedding.
In Maine.
And it was near them, so we stayed with them, yeah.
Yeah. And that was cool. I just remember they didn't like shoes in their house.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. And one time, like, you didn't really care if we wear shoes in the house or not. I know some people are really for it, against it, or indifferent. We were just like the indifferent house. Mm-hmm. I get why people don't wear shoes in the house, but we were just indifferent. But they were like, no shoes in the house. But to me, I was like, oh, I'd never had any friends like that. So one time I wore shoes around, and you were like, Tori, take them off.
Sorry. Hey, we were guests there. I didn't want to.
No, I get it. I totally get it. But while we were in Vermont, we went to the Ben & Jerry's factory.
Yep.
And that's why when we then got the two Shih Tzus, we named them Ben & Jerry.
Yes.
So now I'm wondering, like, this was a giant butterfly effect. If we never went to Mexico and we never met this family, what would we have named our dogs?
There's still a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Well, okay. We were still going up to, no, we were going to Maine for the wedding.
Yeah, we went to Maine.
No, it was New York for that wedding.
That was the summer that we did a lot of driving.
Yeah. We went up to Maine first for Michelle's wedding. And then next trip was we stayed in Vermont and took the ferry over to New York for Ned's wedding. So
I barely know who these people are.
My cousins. They were my cousins.
But
they both
Ned
got married within
shoes.
like 3 weeks of each other.
Where was the wedding where Sarah and Nick destroyed the golf course?
That was Ned's wedding. That's the one we were staying in Vermont for, and we took the ferry.
I remember that.
It was a putting green.
The guy was so mad.
Well, yeah.
Sarah brought it up too when we were in Santa Barbara. I think like it haunts her.
Oh boy, they were little.
Those are my cousins. Yeah, they were really little during that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think the two Shih Tzus were obviously like brothers, so we were thinking like Tom and Jerry, like pairs.
Right.
So yeah, it still could have been a contender, but it was so solidified when we went to Ben and Jerry's, and we were like, that has to.
And
be
we literally came home and got them. I think the next day. That when we came home, we knew we were getting them, but it just so happened that it was on the heels of that trip. So.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
What else did we do? Oh, we had a lot of neighborhood block parties. That was always fun.
Yeah, there was always something going on in the neighborhood, which was great.
And if not our neighborhood, the surrounding neighborhoods that we would go to too.
Right. Yeah.
That was really fun.
And the kids would just run rampant all over the neighborhood.
Yeah, the block parties were so much fun because not only was it like obviously in the cul-de-sacs and like literally the whole neighborhood was involved, but people would just go back to their houses too.
Yeah.
So like it would be like, oh, we're at so-and-so's house.
Right.
Oh, well, we're at so-and-so's house. And
Yeah.
it was just so, and there weren't phones then.
No.
So you would just have to like find someone and be like, where is so-and-so? Like,
Right.
oh, I saw them at this person's house. So then you'd run over to that person's
Right.
house. And it was just so much fun.
Yeah. It was a good time.
I had so many brownies all the time.
That was a good existence. Yeah. You'd go get dessert at every house.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere. It was just really fun.
Yeah.
Really, really fun.
It was
I
a
love
good
the block
existence.
parties. Cool School.
Yes. I remember Cool School. Like I said, since you guys were home with me all the time, you didn't have to go to camp all the time, but they did have these enrichment weeks. The school put together Cool School in the summer, and you would go to what was it? Different topics. There was like artwork at this one, or I forget what some of the classes were, but it was just 1 week at a time, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With
And I always liked it because like if you really liked your teachers from previous years, a lot of times they would do these Cool Schools. So like you could have your old teachers again for a week. Like I loved Mrs. Reagan, and she did a knitting one. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing knitting with Mrs. Reagan.
Yeah. So that's
loved
what
her.
you would do.
I wonder what she's up to. She's probably as fabulous as ever.
She is. Well, I see her
at the
from
club
time to time. Well, no, but I've golfed with her before.
Does she wear high heels when she golfs?
No, but she's exactly as you would remember her.
She's so fabulous.
She is. She's always been fabulous.
Awesome. She was my second grade teacher, and she would, Frankie, do you mind? Like, do you hear him snoring? She would have, she would wear like these, I loved these shoes that she's so like Lisa Vanderpump. Like she was so just fabulous every day. She would wear these high heels that had like gems on them. Mm-hmm. I loved whenever she wore those shoes, and she just looked so awesome every day. She had a granddaughter. Her granddaughter's probably like my age now or something.
Probably.
She was awesome. Tell her to say hi the next time you see her.
We always do. I always tell her, you say hi. And she always says that too. She's like, oh, how's Tori? Tell her I said hello.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So yeah, she did a knitting class. So I learned how to knit. And then one time I was knitting in front of Nana, which is my dad's mom. And she was like, you're not doing that right. I was like, well, I learned in Cool School. Oh, I also did a theater class in Cool School.
Did you?
Yeah, we did Tortoise and the Hare. And I was the tortoise because my name is Tori.
That's how they decided?
Yeah. And obviously not to spoil the Tortoise and the Hare, but I won. The tortoise won because slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
And it was awesome. I just had to walk really slow. I didn't even have a line. I also did a choir class, and I hated that. That's when I realized I don't like singing in front of people. But you and Grandma came for my performance, and I lip synced the whole thing, and Grandma called me out.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, she was like, you didn't sing, did you? And I was like, no.
That's funny.
Yeah. I was a little embarrassed, but it's fine. I loved Cool School. It was really fun. Let's see.
Tell me about this going into 7th grade.
Oh, I loved 7th grade.
Why?
Because we got lockers and we would switch every period.
Okay.
So it felt very like,
very mature.
very old. Yeah. Like very click books. I was obsessed with the Beacon Street Girls, those books.
Yes, I remember that.
So it just felt very like I'm entering my Beacon Street girl.
This is about the time when your room was bubblegum pink.
Yeah.
And you were meticulous about keeping it neat. Mm-hmm. And I remember if I would come in and talk to you after school or something, and I sat down on your bed, you were like, can you not sit there?
Yeah.
Like, I just made that. I want to keep it pristine.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
I don't know why it was like that.
Little obsessive.
Yeah.
And you had your weather station.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like the weather.
Because you were really not a fan of bad weather.
Yeah.
So you had a weather station in your room just so you could check every day. You'd announce the weather to us every day.
I'm glad that's what you remember.
It was very helpful.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I was so excited for 7th grade. It was just fun.
Really fun.
And also like on YouTube, it was popular to do like decorate my locker with me videos. So like I got a little chandelier for my locker. And then on the first day of school, I realized no one was decorating their lockers. And I was like, who would do that? Like,
you had fun teachers in 7th grade too.
Yeah, I had Mr. Drazio.
Yeah, he was fun.
That's it.
You
That's all I remember.
Oh.
Who else did I have?
You took French, right?
Oh, yeah. But that Mrs. Waddell was 8th grade.
Waddell, that was my teacher.
Oh. Who was my teacher?
I don't know. Miss Waddell was my 8th grade teacher. Where did you pull that from?
I guess your memory.
Oh my gosh, you shared.
I didn't have Mrs. Waddell. Oh, Madam Waters.
Yeah, there you go.
I had Madam Waters.
Yeah.
You didn't like my 7th grade French teacher. You said that she had a fake accent.
Yeah, I forget who she was. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay.
I remember this one kid he actually died, R.I.P.
Who did?
Jake Anderson. He died on a 4-wheeler, like recently.
I didn't know that.
It's really sad. Anyway, he was in my French class in 7th grade, and we were learning how to count. And 10 is dough or duh, but it's spelled D-I-X. And he was just like, dicks. And the teacher was like, and that's why we don't pronounce it like that. Like, and it was funny and it stuck with me.
Dix, I guess it is.
I don't know. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept,
huit, neuf, dix.
dix.
There we go. 7th grade French.
That's it.
Come spilling back.
Oh, and my name was Adelaide.
Oh, that's right. You had to pick a French name or something.
Yeah.
Victoria wasn't going to cut it.
Guess not.
Okay. Anyway.
So
7th grade, you remember that?
Yeah, we had a lot of softball tournaments and horse shows.
Yes. So much. Like some of those days and weekends were so freaking hot out at a horse show, hot, stinky horse show, and being there all day. You know, you have a class at 10 a.m. and then you have a class at 4 p.m. Long days.
Yeah.
And same with your softball tournaments. You might have a match in the morning and nothing again until later in the day if you won that one. And they just go on forever.
We didn't win a lot.
No, well,
no,
it depended on the year.
No, we did not win a lot. Like, our travel team did not win a ton. And I remember there was this one time, well, no, we didn't win a lot. There was this one time that we were playing Central Perk and they were like our rival because they were like the closest to us and they were really good. And we went to school with a lot of the kids. Like you either played for my travel team or them. Like it was one of the two.
Right.
And I remember they had a really good pitcher.
Okay.
Becca was really good.
Okay.
And whenever she pitched, it was just like lights out. Like no one could hit off her. Like she was just really good. And we were winning this one time, and Dad and the other coach just kept like getting in fights and just like going at it, whatever. And the umpire pulled both Dad and the other coach over, and we were up by 1. And he was like, "I will stop this game right now if you guys keep going." And Dad goes, "That's good with me."
Yeah, that's so him.
Because we were winning.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, but I just remember the softball tournaments were so hot that I had like a jug.
Yeah, it was like a 32-ounce little thermos thing with a spout.
I think it was like 64 ounce. Like it was a lot. Yeah. And we just put only ice in it. And then we would take a hose to it and just fill it up. And I just would drink that all day. Mm-hmm. And I would never pee. I would just sweat it all out.
Yeah. It was so hot.
It must have stunk. Did I smell?
You weren't really stinky yet. No, but you would come home just dripping with sweat. Like everything was soaked. It was gross.
So fun.
No, you had a good time. But honestly, there were a lot of those tournaments that I didn't get to go to because I was at the horse show with Maddie.
Yeah.
So,
what I remember at the horse shows is just the French fries. Like that's the only food that was there.
Food trucks. Yeah. Yeah. They had breakfast sandwiches and French fries.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Good French fries.
Always.
And Dad would bribe me with makeup palettes. Like I remember one time the Naked palette from Urban Decay just came out, and I was in like maybe 6th or 7th grade, and I wanted it so badly. And I was at a horse show, and I was like, I will not complain if we can please go to Ulta, and if you can buy me this after. And he was like, okay. It was awesome.
That's so Daddy. He did that all the time.
It was awesome.
He was a softie. Anyway.
Yeah, I was so happy.
That was fun, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a good summer. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed doing that.
We went to Peconic.
Oh,
Is that in the Hamptons?
It's on Long Island. It's on the north shore of the South Fork of Long Island.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
No.
No, Long Island is like 2 fingers.
Okay.
Peconic is on the north shore of the South Fork. So here's the sound.
Yeah.
And this is the ocean.
Where's Billy Joel?
Out at the very end.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I forget. I'd have to look at a map now.
So
North Shore of the South Fork. That's what I'm remembering.
where is the Hamptons in relation to that?
Or is it the South Shore of the North Fork?
I could look it up.
It's North Fork. I'm wrong. The Hamptons is on the South Fork of Long Island.
Do you want me to look it up?
And Peconic is on the North Fork. So I was backwards. Peconic's up here
Okay.
on this side. And we were on the bay side, which is in between, and north is the Sound.
North is the Sound.
So, yes, but Peconic, where we were staying was on the South Shore of the North Fork. I said it backwards before.
Okay.
So we were on the bay.
Okay.
And remember those beaches that was like that sugar sand that didn't stick to you, which was great.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we would go clamming.
Yeah.
And then Branch would make clam chowder that night with the clams.
Yep. And we had paddle boards until they floated away one time.
Oh, is that our
I think
fault?
we might have not secured
sorry,
it, and we
guys.
lost their paddle board. So sorry.
I just remember Dad would always wake us up and be like, the water is glass. So we would go out like first thing in the morning, and that was always really nice.
It was. That was a very cool place to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a wonderful old beach shack. Like, you know what I mean? Like the old shingled, very New England-y, Cape Cod-y type cottage.
That's
so
a
fun.
reoccurring house in my mind
Oh,
when
yeah.
reading books.
Me too.
Is the
Me
Peconic
too.
house.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's set up so cute. Like I could still picture it perfectly.
Yeah. And you know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you remember this
28
place.
Summers.
No, it reminds me of my great-great-grandfather's cottage on Cushing's Island in Maine.
Yeah, no,
You don't remember it?
No.
Yeah, I think you were too little. You were only 2 or 3. 2.
You would know.
It was 2000. You were 2.
I was 2.
Yeah, it was the summer of 2000.
Is that when we all got the stomach bug?
No, that was a
Cape
couple of
Cod?
years later. That was Cape Cod. Oh yeah, that was fun. Everybody's throwing up, and Daddy's like, "Let's go on a whale watching trip." So he puts us on a boat when we're all vomiting all weekend. It's like, that's great.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
I just remember Dad that I don't really remember being sick, but I just remember Dad and I would like jump waves, and we'd be like monster waves. I don't remember if they actually were, but
No, I think Pete brought the illness to the house, and then Sarah and Nicholas were sick first, and then you were the next one to get it, and it went through you really quick, and then Maddie got it like 6 hours later. It went through her really quick, and then I was the last one to get it.
you got it too?
I did. Daddy never got it.
He
Of
never
course.
does.
But
He's so, whenever he gets sick or hungover, he hides it from everyone.
yeah.
Like I remember one time kind of recently, I was probably in high school, he came home with food poisoning from, I think it was shrimp or something that he
It was
ate.
oysters at Legal Seafood.
Yeah.
He was so sick.
But he was hiding it. Like he wanted no one to know that he was
Yeah.
sick.
He was so sick. For 24 hours, he was throwing up. It was awful.
And then the last thing we have written down
Oh,
is
these good times.
the Kerwin. Yeah, what? We're talking about summer nostalgia. And we're like,
Remember
sick as a dog.
Oh, my goodness.
We did a triathlon in 2013.
Yeah, the whole family did. That was really funny.
Yeah. So we did a team. You, me, and Maddie were on a team.
Right.
Maddie did this triathlon was kayak, bike, swim,
Right. No, kayak, bike, run.
run. That's what I meant. Maddie kayaked. I ran. You
Actually,
biked.
it was run, kayak, bike. Like that was the order of it.
Oh.
But yes, I mean, it was an adventure triathlon, they called it. So there was no swimming. It was a kayak instead. So
yeah.
you
My
did the
dad went through a
run
big phase where he was like really into kayaks.
and really into triathlons.
Yeah.
But
He's
yeah,
not doing that anymore.
So he did the whole thing himself. And then you, me, and Maddie were a team where we each took one leg of it. And what was our team name? Do you remember?
Was it beat or kick?
Kick.
Kick Daddy's ass.
That's right. That was our team name.
And we did.
We did. We beat him handily. And then you got an award because you were the youngest participant. You were only what, 11 or 12?
I was going into sophomore year. So I was like 15.
No, you were younger.
Okay,
than that.
well then your calendar said 2013, so then we must have done it before then too. Because remember, Dad and Dave did it without us one year.
Gary.
Okay, Dad.
I don't
and
think
Gary.
Dave did it.
Gabe and Derry. They're the same person.
Yeah, could be. Anyway, okay, so 2013. So yeah, Maddie, you would have been 9th grade. That
Yeah,
doesn't
I think
sound
it was
right.
like 7th into 8th or 6th into 7th.
Yeah, I
sounds
think
more.
it was
6th into
before that.
7th sounds more right because it would have been when it was Broad Street's 5th, 6th. Yeah, it was 6th into 7th.
It was before Broad Street or after?
After.
So you'd already done that. So you were like, I got this 5 miles. That's easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 6th into 7th.
Okay. And yeah, you kicked his butt on that run.
I was a speedy little thing until puberty hit me. I was like, remember even in cross country, like I was like top 3 at the races.
Yeah.
Like I was speedy.
You did good.
And then I hit puberty and then it all went downhill from there.
Yeah, I can relate. Anyway.
But
yeah,
that was
was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
We had
You
a
won
lot
a TV.
I did win a TV in the raffle.
Yep.
We still have that TV.
Where is it?
It's in my office at home.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
We've had fun summers.
We have. The one thing I remember about that triathlon is there was a girl. I mean, there were a lot of hillbillies that did this just for fun. And there was this one girl, like I said, it was run first, then kayak, then bike. This one lady did it on her own. And she came crossing the finish line on her bike in, close to dead last place. It was a literal beach cruiser bike. I don't know if you remember the hills that were out there.
No.
Oh my gosh, there were some killer hills on that bike. And it was a 15-mile bike. There's no way I could have done those without my road bike. Anyway, she had on her little beach cruiser, and her helmet was on backwards.
Oh,
And I was like, she's just having the day of her life.
that's
You know what I mean?
so fun.
She just was having a day. But
That's so fun.
whatever.
Good for her.
That was so funny on her little 1-speed bike.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. Well, we have a creamy to go get.
Apparently we do.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Ashley's like, I heard it.
We're going to get a creamy. So yeah, let us know what creamy recipes we should do.
Yeah.
We definitely need to get vanilla jello is what I see. People do the vanilla sugar-free jello.
In a creamy?
Yep.
Okay.
Protein powder.
Yep.
It's like a tablespoon of that because it gives it that texture
okay.
that we're looking for.
Well, we'll find it on Instagram because I now follow one of the recipe
I'm
things.
so excited. Oh, frick. This means I'm going to have to buy a creamy for my apartment too. See, that's the problem. Like whenever we get an appliance, we have to buy it 3 times.
Well, you can take the one home from here.
But then when I'm here, no creamy.
Then you have to bring it back. You're here all summer and then take that home for the winter and bring it back.
Okay. You guys heard it. I can take the creamy.
For now. You can take the creamy home.
You heard
If
it.
Daddy falls in love with it, he'll get us one for home anyway.
So true.
He's the wild card.
Dad, I know you love to buy gifts when you listen to our podcast. Buy a creamy.
There we go.
All right. Guys, that's going to do it.
That is it. That's enough talk of our summer nostalgia.
Yeah, it is. Remember how we were saying we were flying through the episode?
Yes, not so much.
118.
Okay.
That's pretty good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Let Me Call My Mom. Be sure to rate this 5 stars on Spotify and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow it on Spotify. Follow at Let Me Call My Mom Pod. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Bye.
All good. Bye.